Gary, first of all, the Matty Palmer news announced this morning he's going to have a spell on the sidelines. What more can you tell us?
More really than we'll know more when he's seen a specialist at the end of this week. A real blow for the lad first and foremost, because I think he was starting to really come into the form that we saw early pre-season and the first couple of games. And so it's a blow for him and obviously for ourselves as well, because how we want to play and how we were getting to play, and he was, a focal point of that. So it's a blow. Hopefully, like I say, we get some good news in terms of the length of time, but I don't think you can ever put the exact number of weeks that a player's going to be out, because they're all different. And like I say, we're just keeping our fingers crossed, and then hopefully he's a good healer, a quick healer.
I was going to say, is it weeks, months, or is it literally local yet?
No, yeah, you're guessing. We're all guessing still until he sees the specialist. In terms of the actual number of weeks and that we're hoping for rather than months.
And you mentioned the blow for him and then the blow for the team as well.
Yeah.
In the centre with Callum, that was really starting to bear fruit.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, we brought Cookie in for a reason, knowing that he would complement Palms, and they did. And in the games that they played together already, you saw the connection that they had and how they played the game similar, and that was enabling us to, in my opinion, play how we would like to play, and especially with the ball.
Gives you the selection header then for this weekend. How many options and what options do you have to replace him on Saturday?
Well, obviously we have a squad, and we have a squad for a reason. So there are people that can come in and fill the position. There's one or two other things that we could possibly do. So over the course of yesterday and today, we've had a little look at one or two things that we feel that would hopefully cause Swindon some problems.
Is it a team that you've had in mind right from Monday, or is it something that sort of generates itself throughout the week?
I think when you initially drive away from the ground on Saturday, your brain starts working in terms of how you see the following game, and obviously, like I say, there are one or two things that we can do that we've had a look at early doors to try and see if that will work for us.
And you've got the added headache of Ben already missing, obviously, and James will be missing as well.
Yeah, and Jordan Gibson and Joe Riley, and so this is when your squad comes together, and we had a behind closed doors friendly on Tuesday to give those lads minutes, so that when their opportunity arises, that they're not short on match practice, and they have no excuses to throw at the manager for not being ready.
And James's ban is for the 5 yellow cards. Are you disappointed that he's got so many yellow cards so quickly, or has he been unlucky at times? He's
certainly been unlucky for sure. There's two I can think of straight away that he gets booked for the not bookings. One was an overhead kick, and if it had been a goal, we'd have been going, what a great goal. It wasn't. The lad was brave, and he gets booked for it. So I think some of the bookings that we've had throughout this course of the season, not just James, leave you baffling, and then the powers that be sit there, don't they? And we're not allowed to appeal bookings. Well, it must get to a point where you can appeal bookings, because the decision-making process of the referees hasn't been good enough, in my opinion, and we've seen that. The number of people that have been sent off in our games already. It's just crazy.
Do you see a time when you're able to do that? Do you think that's on the horizon?
No, I don't. Should do, but I don't. It'd be for the benefit of the game, but no. They go and get involved in other things that aren't as important, shall we say.
And replacing James up front, Remy and Shea would be the obvious choices. How have they been ahead of Saturday?
Well, like I say, Shane McCartan scored in the game that we had behind closed doors, so that'll do his confidence the world of good. Remy, we've seen the impact that he's made off the bench already. Even last weekend, he had the opportunity and nearly caught the goalie out with how quickly he takes his chance, and he is he's a goal scorer, and he's a natural, in that sense. So he's someone that obviously comes into contention.
But I suppose you've had a week to prepare, which has not been the case so far this season. It's been fairly fast and frantic.
14 games in 2 months, somebody told me, which is staggering when you actually put it down like that. And then obviously you come into this situation where you have a free week, and it's been great for us to have that time. Like I say, getting minutes into others that needed to, and at the same time be able to keep working the others.
And it'll be like that for a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, it's great. I just need the weather to stay out.
A bit of water will be nice.
Yeah.
Swindon this weekend then.
Yes.
A lot of the talk has been about the form of Owen Doyle, of course, on loan from here. You'll be pleased that he's finding form. Is there a little bit of green ice perhaps as well?
No. The move was for all parties, and we're happy that he's gone there and started scoring goals again, because that's what he does.
And if he continues that vein of form, can we see him back?
Quite possibly. That's something that the powers above me organised when everything was getting sorted. But then we'll review all that in January. But Saturday is Swindon Town without Owen Doyle, and they have several good players that can come in for him on top of the several good players they already have in their team.
And Swindon as a whole, what are you expecting from them? Calvin was saying before, they may have to get used to sort of quite a few spells without possession.
Yeah, they're a good team with the ball. They play a certain way. And like I've just said there, they've got some really good individuals. They're a possession-based team. We have to be organised for sure without the ball, but we possess a threat ourselves with the ball, and I think our stats over the last 2 games have been something ridiculous, like 63, 64 crosses in 2 games, which is a staggering amount. And so we possess a threat. We needed to be better on getting on the end of them, or a better selection of cross. But it's something that we will continue to do because of what we have in wide areas, and certainly backing up those wide areas and at the top end of the pitch. And I think it's a strength of ours that we continue to build on.
And I suppose your players have to be patient at times when not in possession. Will the crowd have to be as well on Saturday?
The crowd have been very good with us all along, and they understand that no team has the ball for 90 minutes, and so they've been very vocal and very supportive. I think the last 2 home games we found ourselves going a goal down, but they stayed with us and got us through it with their support, and no doubt they'll play their part again on Saturday.
And just finally, 11 games in, what's your assessment of the league so far?
Honestly, I don't think it's settled down. Normally, 10 games is the benchmark, isn't it? But I don't think it's anywhere near settling down, and that's been proven. You can go all the way down, dare I say, to teams that are in 20th place at this moment in time, and then there are teams that are in the bottom 2, 3, 4 that, come the end of the season, I don't think they'll be anywhere near that, in my opinion. So I think it's another 10 games before it'll settle down again, and you'll have a real idea then.
You mentioned some of James's bookings were a bit dubious, to say the least. Do you think there's or is there?
No, you said dubious.
I said dubious, yeah. Is there a worry that referees are now looking for him, and he's maybe getting unfairly treated?
I couldn't possibly answer that in the sense of are they looking for him, but I would probably say no, because of the fact that there's other bookings to other players in our team and the opposition. I'm not just talking about our team. I'm talking about some of the decisions against in the opposition, where you think, well, that's not a booking either. But you can't take the competitiveness away from him, because that's his game, and I won't be telling him to do that. He gives the centre halves a real hard time, and that's what we want him to continue to do. But obviously, You know, like you say, in this day and age, some of the challenges that get made, people aren't seeing them as, you know, old-fashioned challenges, shall we call them. The world's gone soft, hasn't it? And I think football's gone softer with that as well. You know, you listen to your likes of your Roy Keanes and your Graham Souness's and on a Sunday, and a lot of what they say, you know, is 100% right.
You've got to say players like that wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes on the pitch.
I know both of them, so I ain't commenting on things like that because I don't want them paying me a visit.
Cheers.
So at the end of the game on Saturday, Gary Bowyer not getting enough shots off him. Is that something you sort of trying to get the message got over this?
Yeah, certainly. You know, it's like I say, for the amount of crosses that we had, the opportunities, we didn't work the goalkeeper enough, especially second half. When you compare that to the previous week against Carlisle, you know, in terms of people taking the shots, being brave enough to take the shots, and or set somebody up with a pass. So again, you know, like I say, a lot of the work we have focused on our attacking play.
Given the number of opportunities you create and crossing that, it's probably surprising you haven't scored more goals, isn't it?
Yeah, if you were, you know, looking at the first 10, 11 games and asking us for something, that would be a fair reflection. And as a group, I think they would tell you the same, you know, individually and collectively, that for what we have been and how we have been in the attacking third especially, we should have had more goals.
Obviously the old cliche to say you'd be more worried if you weren't creating chances, but there are a lot of opportunities being...
Yeah. We've had that conversation this week, and I think what you do is you look at the work that you're doing, and you look at the opportunities. You look at, like I say, if they're stood still in the box or they're not on the move, you know, looking for a chance. But you can't level that at any of our strikers or our wide men. To be fair, they're all wanting to get in on the end of something. So it is sometimes a case of just keep doing what you're doing, and then it'll come. I have to say, quite a lot of those chances, the goalkeepers have pulled out some really good saves as well. You know, the lad at Cheltenham, when it got 3-2 down to, you know, at the death, he pulls off a great save from Vorney's header. That's just one that jumps in. So, like I say, we've got to just keep focusing and keep working on the work that we're doing, because we are creating a hell of a lot of chances.